Hello, fellow preppers, YouTube. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. It's a couple of days after the full moon. It's still kind of bright though, isn't it? Really can't tell here in this video. But anyway, I'm still alive and swell. I know you haven't heard from me in a while, but every now and then it's good to step back, take care of some business, and just focus, contemplate, ponder, think about things. And also, operational security. I'll usually tell people where I've been after I'm back. You don't want to let people know you're gone. That leaves your place open. You put it out on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, then everybody in the world knows you're gone from your place. Unless you got somebody staying there, and you're sitting duck. Oh, so much to talk about, and I can't decide if I should make a bunch of small videos or maybe just one long one, so we'll see what happens. It's kind of interesting when you're traveling around, you get to hear radio stations you never heard before, and I always like to listen to things that I probably wouldn't listen to on a regular basis. There was some religious station I was listening to, and they were talking about, you know, finding the Lord and all of that, but one of the things they were mentioning was you know, what people are seeking. So the question is, what are you seeking? I mean, if you're a prepper, you're seeking to survive. But a lot of people, you know, they feel empty. They say you go out there and you buy a bunch of stuff, but you feel empty. My friend Robert says that a lot, that, you know, people get a lot of stuff because they're trying to fill up that hole inside. I don't know if that's the case. But it's funny, they were saying, one of the things that made me chuckle was they're saying, you know, if you have a mate, some people are seeking a different mate or seeking that their mate were different in some way. But then again, that's getting back to that beliefs and imposing your will and beliefs onto somebody else. It's funny how that theme just keeps coming back and coming back and coming back, at least with me. I just see it everywhere. And you know, we're going to have the presidential debates tomorrow night, Obama versus Romney, and you know, there's some people out there talking about, you know, protest the election, don't vote, lesser of two evils. You know, they're saying they're just like, you know, Romney is just Obama light. You know, light as in, I guess, L-I-T-E, like light beer or something. That's the foghorn in the background there. I'm down here by the ocean, as you can see, because you guys like these ocean videos. So I thought I'd give you another ocean video. Let's see. Anyway, yeah, don't vote because you're voting for evil, even if it's the lesser of two evils. Well, I understand that philosophy. I've known that since I was a kid. It's pretty funny. But anyway, the main thing is that I don't know if that's really a true statement that Romney is just Obama light. I mean, there's a lot of things they might agree on. They might be similar in a lot of ways, but I think the one biggest thing that most of us don't like here in America, what we really don't like about Obama is the fact that he's using the Constitution of the United States basically as toilet paper. He swore an oath to uphold it, but he's doing everything in his power to circumvent it. And he's doing it on a regular, recurring basis. I don't know about you, but I don't like that. You know, I was talking to one friend and they're saying that he should be held for treason, but you have to understand, you have to go back and look things up in legal dictionaries. And Obama's smart. He hasn't done anything that we know of for sure where he could be tried for treason. Now, if we find out that he has been helping that, you know, Muslim Brotherhood or whatever it's called, and things like that, yeah, then he could be held for treason, aiding and abetting our enemies. But beyond that, no, he really hasn't. Like I said, he's betrayed the Constitution and we the people, but technically he's not a traitor. But one of the other things I've been pondering was, and you can see this happening in that new show, Revolution, is how those in power, most of them, or many of them, too many of them, are bullies. You know, you get that rogue police officer that just picks on a certain group or person, or you get these city officials, elected officials, powers that tax, as I like to call them, the PTT, the good old boys, the gobs. And what they do is they just push people around. They use their power. They let it go to their head. They don't care about everybody. They just care about themselves and their friends. They're taking care of their own. They don't realize that when they're elected to lead all the people. But you see it over and over and over again. I mean, it's just really, really, really an interesting phenomena. And you guys also know that I've been reading that book, Thinking Fast and Slow. Still haven't quite finished it. It's a thick book. And something that you should read a little bit and then think about it. Read a little bit more and think about it. It's not something that you just read in a couple of nights. At least not for me. But that's been making me question a lot of things. I mean a lot of things. One of the reasons why you haven't heard from me in a couple of weeks. I mean, step back, question, what matters? Let's go back to that. What really matters to you? What's the reason it matters? Is it because that's what you were taught and you never even questioned it? I mean, for example, you might have a car and you have car insurance. You might have the same insurance your parents have. Why? Because your parents had it. Did you ever question it? Maybe, maybe not. Same thing with life insurance. Just a lot of things in life that we get taught but we don't question. But we really don't have the time to question everything. So how do you decide what to question, what to really study and research on your own versus taking somebody else's word for it? I mean, in this book, the author just gives example after example how these experts in various fields are just wrong time and time and time again. But somehow they keep getting, you know, hired or elected, and they keep making basically the same mistakes over and over and over. You know, part of it's ego driven because they just don't want to admit it. You know, and I guess the worst thing is that they know better, but they still do the same. I think that's the definition of crazy. That, you know, I think Einstein said, you know, if you keep doing the same thing and expect different results, that's crazy. But maybe, just maybe, these guys know what they're doing. They know it's not working. They know it's not right. They know it's wrong. But they do it anyway because that's the result that they want. That's just something you have to question. Something you have to wonder about. And when you look at this ocean, you know, you go far enough, you hit Hawaii. A little bit further, you get hit China. Whole different world over there, right? Is it really, though? And prepping. Back to prepping for a little bit. I watched a few of the other prepping videos, a couple of people I like to watch, and you know, they're saying, well, you know, they're really not experts, they're just doing what they're doing, and you know, and so they're you know, wondering why people are saying things about what they're doing or what they have. And it's like, fellow preppers, as I said in another video, play your own game. Don't worry about what other people say of what you're doing. You know, you do what you're doing. It's your life, your choice. Do what you do. Don't let other people, you know, get you down. If they don't like what you're doing, they want to post comments on your videos or shoot you nasty emails or try and tell you why you're wrong or why something else is better, well, you know, that's their opinion. But don't let it get you down. You don't have to justify to anybody why you post a video or why you have a certain opinion. It's yours. At least here in America, so far, we still have freedom of speech to some degree. I mean, you know, now the Constitution and Bill of Rights seems to have an asterisk. You know, certain exceptions apply. But for the most part, we still have freedom of speech. Exercise it, use it. You know, people tell me, well, you this or you that or you know, I don't care. I mean, if you don't like my videos, but you watch them anyway, well, thank you. Thanks for taking the time. But if you want to sit there and tell me why I'm wrong and you want to argue with me, well, that's well and good, so long as we keep it civilized. But if you just want to bash or flame, well, you go right ahead, but it's not going to get to me. I've been around the sun too many times. I know better. And I hope you guys can pick that up if you haven't already. That just don't let other people bug you or bother you. Now just do what you're doing. Take care of your own. You know, funny thing to me is about this whole election, and almost any election, is that we keep re-electing these idiots. Why do we do it? I mean, to me, it's so simple. It's like, for what, the past 2, 4, 6 years, whatever their term, did they produce the results you wanted? If not, get rid of them. I mean, could the other guy really do so bad? I mean, if you're a hardline Republican and you've got a Republican senator or congressman, but you don't like what's going on in D.C., why send them back? Vote for the other guy. Or if you're a hardline Democrat and you got a Democratic congressman or senator and you don't like what's going on in Washington, D.C., vote for the other guy. I mean, could they really do much worse? Do you really believe the party line, the party BS, the party propaganda? Just blindly go with that party? Once again, when you vote, are you voting for yourself? Meaning, are you voting for the candidates that's going to do the best for you? Is what's best for you best for the country? That's a hard one. Really hard. I mean, what do you give up to get what you want? Do you give up freedom to get your health care? Is it worth it? Really? Is that what's best for the country? I mean, food stamps. 45 million people on food stamps. I just heard something on the radio. 15 million Americans are 100 pounds or more overweight. Now, some people have medical conditions, genetic conditions. They really can't help it. But for the rest of you, move away from the donuts. I mean, it's not that difficult, is it? Really? Come on. Well, personal responsibility here, which is something that most people don't seem to want to have anymore. I was talking with the guy the other day about respect. He says he thinks what's wrong with the schools is that the teachers can't spank these little you know, children, teenagers who get unruly. Well, I read something in the on the internet, or was it in the paper? So I think it was in Philadelphia or something. It's like almost every other day a teacher is assaulted. This is ridiculous. How'd it get to be like this? Well, I mean, parents can't even spank their kids. You know, spare the rod, spoil the child. But, you know, there's some people, oh no, you should never hit a kid, blah, blah, blah. Well, I know one thing. There were certain things that the thought never even entered my mind growing up. We were having this conversation, you know, kids nowadays will see some adult and the adult says something, they'll go, F you. I mean, in my neighborhood, if I were to have said that to an adult, well, me and Mr. Razor Strap would have gotten together and he would have gotten the better of me. My old man would have beat the tar out of me. But, you know, nowadays he would have been sent to jail for disciplining me like that. But that's what happens. We got away from that. And look at the result. I mean, a lot of things you have to base on results. I mean, isn't life based on results? I mean, your life is based on results. What results have you produced? I hope I don't sound preachy this morning. But if I do, oh well, so be it. I'll make other videos. You guys can say I was off. Well, it's been a couple weeks, so maybe I'm off my game a bit. I don't know. Maybe it's just a fresher approach. Like I said, there's a lot of things out there to talk about. I kind of like that new show, that Revolution show, because it really does show you how people are going to act when stuff hits the fan. And it will hit the fan. Not if, but when. I mean, they're talking about the economic cliff. And then I guess Ross Perot's saying that, you know, some other country or our enemy could come in and just take us over because we're so weak financially. There's just a lot going on out there. Just a lot going on out there. How about you, Mr. Bird? What do you think? He's probably just looking for the next worm. Yeah, it's like, you know, most people are just like squirrels chasing after the next nut. But then again, you know, you can walk on the beach and then the tide will come in and your footprints will be gone. So back to the, I guess what I start with. What matters? What matters to you? What really matters? What's the reason it matters? Have you thought about it? Anyway, I guess that's enough. This video may be into the boring zone by now, but I just thought I'd give you guys a hello. Thanks again for your concerns, those who sent me emails and replies wondering what's going on. But yeah, I'm still alive and swell, still out there prepping and plan on it even more so, and I'll make another little video and tell you one of the reasons why. So you know what happens if you fail to prepare today? You're preparing to fail tomorrow.